Hey guys, John DeLemme here, the founder of Conservative Business Journal and the host of the CBJ Real News Podcast Show. And the beautiful young lady next to me is Martha Avila from the Heartbeat of Miami, and she's part of our family. We love her. She's the biggest name speaker we have at our event coming up. She's the most important voice you're going to want to hear. So I want to give her just a quick intro, and then I'm going to unpack what she's done in life and her calling and what she's done to just change literally the world. Martha Avila is the president of Heartbeat of Miami, a 501c3 nonprofit organization that is passionate about providing help to women and couples with an unplanned or unwanted pregnancy through the gospel of life and the message of hope. Martha and her team provide alternatives to abortion and have saved well over, I would say grab a pen that writes on my show and take notes, well over 55,000 babies. And Martha will be at our event. There's only a handful of tickets remaining into your birthday weekend, Martha. So guys, if you don't have your ticket yet, her message and getting to be around her and her husband the entire weekend, and it's a birthday weekend, can literally change your life. So make sure, before I bring Martha on, you guys got to visit We the People Fightback-event.com. We the People Fightback-event.com. Use code CBJ to save an instant $100, or you guys can call or text 561-847-3467, 561-847-3467. And the reason why I brought Martha like a week out from the event, because to me, she's one of the most important messages that you're going to hear. So Martha, share with everyone your story.
Thank you.
Heartbeat of Miami.
Thank you so much. Thank you, John. I appreciate you guys so much. Everything that you do to bring awareness so that we don't have to listen to any fake news. We have you guys to just bring the stories as they are. And I thank you for this opportunity to be with you guys and all of those that are listening. Well, it is an honor to serve God in this mission of Heartbeat of Miami. We are pregnancy help medical clinics providing life-saving help in a life-changing way to women and couples with an unplanned pregnancy. And we have 4 clinics, fully equipped medical clinics that are bringing the truth to women that find themselves without any options. And we are here to give them true options. And the options that we offer them is a chance for them to parent their baby with all the help that we can give them for parenting their child. And the other option is a beautiful plan of adoption, which is that mom can be an answered prayer to a family, to a couple that cannot have children. So those are the 2 options that we offer, and those are godly options. And they already know the other one because that's the one that is most popular and most available in our country. Sadly, it is the most, what has ended the life of over 62 million babies since 1973. And when women come into our clinics, they cannot believe that everything that we're doing for them is absolutely free of charge to them. And it is because of people like you guys that really care about the life of the preborn that we are able to do this. And that's what we tell them.
And what I want to do, Martha, is I want to show a clip of you talking about Planned Parenthood from our last event. And then I want you to I want you to unpack to people what and who Planned Parenthood is. And then we're going to unpack how you started, where you began, and obviously where you are today. This is serious.
Something about Planned Parenthood. If anyone has a doubt of what Planned Parenthood is, please be informed. It's such a pretty name, right? Planned Parenthood, like they're gonna plan your parenthood. But really what they're doing is they're gonna destroy your parenthood, because many women that have abortions might not be able to have another baby. Please believe me when I say that. Do the research. And yet our country is deceived. So many people, even in the Christian community, so many people are deceived of what Planned Parenthood is. And I tell you guys now, it's not even the surgical abortions. Over 40% of the abortions are taking place with the RU486, which is the abortion pill.
Oh, 1 second here, Martha. So unpack that about Planned Parenthood a little bit more, please.
Right. Well, basically, because of COVID, the abortion pill has now become the number one go-to for abortions. And many women are even getting these pills over the counter. They have in these Pa and Ma drugstores, and they're able to get their pills even online from Canada. And sadly, a lot of these women have not even had an ultrasound. So they don't know whether they are having an ectopic pregnancy. They don't know how many weeks they are. They might be over 10 weeks and not even know it. So this is very dangerous. And yet now there is a new thing that they're going to legalize getting these pills online without an ultrasound. And that's very concerning. And we're talking about young girls that are taking it without even their parents knowing. It's very sad. And we've had a lot of cases coming to our clinics where a woman, women have been over the amount, the time limit, which is 10 weeks to take the abortion pill. We are proud to say that Heartbeat of Miami Pregnancy Health Medical Clinics also part of the Abortion Pill Reversal Network, where a woman, if she has taken the first dosage of the RU486, we are able to use the abortion pill reversal protocol and reverse the process of the abortion. That's another thing that Heartbeat of Miami is doing, and it's amazing how God gives us the way of escape, and these women find hope. They Google, I regret taking the pill, the abortion pill, and that's how the Abortion Pill Reversal Network comes up, and then we are contacted, and this is going on all over the nation. Pregnancy clinics like ours is that are doing that.
And it's amazing too, because that's what Biden, because you were the first one we called after Biden stole the election, was we knew he was going to pump the money back into Planned Parenthood, which is really a murdering
Which has
business.
happened.
I mean, they murder babies.
Right, which is exactly what has back has happened. He pretty much overturned everything that President Trump had ended. Every abortion law, he went ahead and overturned it.
I mean,
Like
guys, pay attention here.
now,
Joe Biden turned all of you. Joe Biden overturned every abortion. Expand upon that, since you're the obviously
yes.
expert. You live and
Well,
breathe this
what
with your
what
four
what is
clinics.
happening is that a lot of funds were cut, going to Planned Parenthood in other countries, and that had stopped completely under the Trump administration. But now all that money is being released to other countries to continue promoting the abortion in countries where abortion was not legal. And so our taxpayer money is going towards those abortions.
And guys, you got to realize that. Just expand upon that, because most people don't really realize that Planned Parenthood gets money from the government.
Absolutely. Millions of dollars,
Ex-
millions of
Expand upon
dollars.
that, please, about the how that's
Well,
still tied into the communist government now.
the thing is that all of this is what a lot of these organizations, especially like Planned Parenthood, why do you think is their interest, to promote and to have these, people become president like Biden and Kamala Harris and all these, other people that were for abortion. Why do you think there's such strong ties with them? It's because they promote the abortions. That is what they want for our country.
That's, I mean, when you hear that and you see, that's what they want for our country. It's brutal. Now let's take, now you're fully a non for profit, 501c3.
Yes.
And even before we began a recording, I said, I'm so sick and tired of people getting all this money, all this crap. These candidates, they're going to lose. They take your money. They start these political games, and they're raising money with no results. Take everybody back to how you began Heartbeat of Miami, how God spoke to you directly to start Heartbeat of Miami. Now you have 4 pregnancy care clinics. We've been down there, and
Yeah.
it changes your life. I've been telling everybody at our event, your life will change being around Martha. I see Dr. Betsy's on Cloud Hub right now, and Doc, I said to Dr. Betsy, I said, wait until you meet Martha. Make sure all of you guys
Thank
follow us
you.
on Cloud Hub. As you know, we're shadow banned on most of the big tech platforms for the live stream. Where we've had videos this week do 75,000 views, 100,000 views. This will go way over 100,000 views. Make sure you visit Cloud Hub, CLOUTHUB.com, cloudhub.com, and in the search Cloud Hub, put CBJ Real News, and then subscribe to our channel and then watch the episodes. And when you subscribe, you get notified like we used to in the good old YouTube days, and it comes up on your desktop or your phone when we go live. And it also on Telegram and Rumble, but they don't notify you. And our channel is CBJ Real News. And it's so important because you won't hear this on 99% of most conservative outlets, and most conservative news stations will not speak how directly this is, how brutal this is. And we're going to talk about Alan Dershowitz, an article we published on the Conservative Business Journal in the last 24 hours about basically saying abortion is good for people. So it's brutal when I share that. So tell everyone how you started, Martha, please.
Well, back in 2006, a study was done by the two major pregnancy help, pro-life organizations, which is CareNet and Heartbeat International. And they did a study that revealed that Miami-Dade County was number one in abortions and abortion providers per capita. And I've been here all my life. I've been pro-life always. And when I heard that, I couldn't believe that right in my backyard, this was taking place. And then to find out that there was really no help in this area for women to have another option. So we started from scratch. And it's funny how Jeremiah 1:5 comes to my mind, where it says that before the Lord knew us, he had called us. And I remember back in the days in 1971, 72, I was one of those 15-year-olds taking signatures against Roe versus Wade. And so that was such an impact to my heart that I kept listening to the Lord, just talking to my heart about doing this. And I answered the call of Proverbs 24:11. Rescue those that are being taken away to death, and hold back those that are stumbling to the slaughter. And to me, that was the woman carrying that child and that baby going to the slaughter, and that woman walking, being dragged to the slaughter. Because what you hear about women celebrating their abortion, no woman can celebrate an abortion. No woman can truly celebrate the death of their child. That is impossible. Women were not created to kill their baby. And it's just a lie that sadly, it is passed on with that euphoria of, pro-abortion and pro-death, and in all reality, no one can truly celebrate the death of a child. And so when I saw that, and the fact that here in my backyard, women didn't have an option, we started, looking out, and we had, at that time, there were 4 Planned Parenthoods in our area. To God's glory, one of them has already closed down.
It's good.
And we saw how there were a lot of mom and pop abortion businesses, altogether over 42 abortion businesses in our area. And that to me was like I had to do something. And so Reverend John Ensor and Jeannie Perney and we started, just, getting a board together. And then in 2006, we registered the name Heartbeat of Miami, Pregnancy Help Medical Clinics. So it is really Heartbeat of Miami for our donors, and Pregnancy Help Medical Clinics to the women that are seeking assistance. They're pregnant and they need help. So we opened our first clinic in July 2007 in Hialeah, because the 3 neediest neighborhoods in Miami-Dade County were Hialeah, Little Havana, and North Miami. And here in Miami-Dade County, in South Florida, actually, that we have minorities. And even though we are the minority, we form the majority of the abortions in our country. 1 out of 2 African American pregnancies ends up in abortion, and 1 out of 3 Hispanic pregnancies ends up in abortion. So, I mean, and that's the part that I don't understand. Knowing that, how can minorities be for the people that are killing minorities? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. And all I can say is that, what the Lord says, that his people perish for lack of knowledge. This is not being really explained thoroughly. And so they're
And nobody
buying
even,
the
that's why I went
lie.
to Jack, Martha. Nobody, lack of knowledge. People are like, to me, I always say it, you're a big name speaker. people, it's more important to sit in front of you because they get the knowledge, because everybody has a responsibility. And I love what you say, because it's murdering and killing of a baby. It's not
Mhm.
planning, it's murder, butchering, killing God's
Mhm.
children. And you've
and
saved
and
55,000 babies. We've been down at the center. We've met many people in your organization. And, as 5% of proceeds of our conservativemarketplace.com. That's where we're going to have a
yes,
financial discussion after we conclude the live shows tonight. We are pouring, and I'm challenging all of you to pour finances into Heartbeat of Miami, because so many
thank
people
you.
raise money for this crap. You can pray for me. I say crap. It's crazy. I see these
It
candidates
is.
raising money. They're not going to win. They're raising and they're blowing money. Meanwhile, the money that goes to your Heartbeat of Miami, I mean, it's for saving lives. And tell everybody too. Then I'm going to show the video of you and President Trump when Trump brought you out to the White House, which was tremendous. Share with everyone. There's women that have they come into your clinic wanting an abortion, and you
Correct.
transform them. I mean, guys, pay attention to this. This is
Yes.
phenomenal.
Over 85% of the women that come to our clinics are seeking an abortion. They are actually with the money in their hand to pay for an abortion. And that's what they see pregnancy help medical clinics, because remember that is what is on our door, pregnancy help medical clinics. And so they come in over 85%, and yet to God's glory over 92% are choosing life for their
Wait.
baby.
Let's we got to unpack this again. So when because it's very important when everyone understand what Martha does here. What does it say on the outside of your center?
Yes, it says pregnancy help medical clinics.
So most of the women coming in, 85% of them are coming in thinking they're going to say the easy way out is to commit a murder.
Right. And not that we don't advertise abortion, obviously, but that's what they read. Pregnancy help. If you go on our website, pregnancy help clinics, pregnancy help clinics.org. That's for our clients. Those are for these women that are seeking abortion. But for our donors, it's heartbeatofmiami.org. And so we separated it because Heartbeat of Miami, it's a beautiful name for those of us that want to save lives. But for a woman seeking an abortion, it doesn't, Heartbeat of Miami doesn't really mean anything. So we
That's right.
decided to put pregnancy help medical clinics. And one of the things that a lot of people do not know, John, is that you can have an abortion in South Florida up to the time of birth. People don't know that. Not that it makes any difference to us Christians, because we know that life begins at conception, but a lot of people don't realize that you can actually have an abortion until the time of birth.
Okay, so
And
then
we
I
see
gotta,
a lot of women, and
we gotta expand upon this.
yes,
Please say that again, Martha. Please share with everyone. You can have an abortion. Please share that to everybody, please.
yes, you can have an abortion up to the time of birth. And we see a lot of the women that we see are in their second and third trimester as well. And thank God that we have the latest state of the art ultrasounds, 3D, 4Ds, where these moms are able I mean, we're able to show them their child. It's like a window to the womb. They're able to see their baby. And when a woman hears that heartbeat, and when a woman sees that child on the ultrasound, over 92% of them choose life. And I also want to point something out. A late term abortion is very expensive, but please know that there are people out there that are paying, donating to these abortion businesses so that these women can have a free abortion. See, those are things that we have to really stand in what we believe. We know we cannot be wishy-washy on
That's
this.
right.
We need to we need to stand for what we speak, for what we believe. Because if not, then how are we any different from the opposition?
What's the opposition to you? Who's the opposition, Martha? Now I'm going to show the picture. I'm going to show the video of you at the White House of President Trump. And
Well,
Laureen, thank you very much. Laureen, thank you for sharing with 7 groups. Laureen met you. She was in the front row at the event in April,
yes.
a We the People Fight Back event, which is now the event to be at. Our event, as you know, is very structured, very focused. Only 200 people at our events. Learning, everyone gets a training program. Everyone gets a workbook, 28-page program. They get a pen. We got they get a pen and take notes. We have some incredible bonuses and a way in a swag bag. Our goal is to educate and empower people. We educate them and empower them. It's not a rally. We educate you and empower you. You, Martha, giving people the knowledge on the butchering, murdering of babies, and Planned Parenthood is to me a mafia murdering business, and that's just a fact.
It
So,
is a fact.
so to to you, who's the opposition when you see opposition?
And the opposition to me is those that believe in death, whether it is death of the preborn, death of our country, death of our democracy. That's the opposition to me.
And you're eyewitnessing communism, right? Because obviously, you are Hispanic heritage, correct?
Cuban, actually.
So you see communism going on right now. How is, I want to show the video of President Trump, then we'll talk about that day, and we'll move into a little bit of communism. Guys, make sure all of you listening right now share this broadcast. And once again, if you're on Telegram, my channel is CBJ Real News. Where you go to my channel, CBJ Real News, and you could share it to your friends on Telegram. And obviously on Facebook, we're live, but who knows if people see it on Facebook. And then on CloutHub, we're rocking on CloutHub. Once again, CLOUTHUB, clouthub.com. Our channel is CBJ Real News. Follow me in CloutHub, and then subscribe to our channel. And right now, share it. Take the link, share it out to any of your friends, family, associates. Email it out to people. Even obviously during a replay, get this out. This is the most crucial message that's so important. I mean, the communist left right now is, and we'll talk about the story you told us about the 3 babies that were born 5 years ago on New Year's Day that were from China. Yes. And it's going to be a very heartfelt story. So I want to show the video of you at the White House, and then I want you to expand upon it, please. Here we go.
Trust in God, and we cherish the dignity of every human life. This evening, we are grateful to be joined by Martha Avila, the president of the Heartbeat of Miami Medical Clinics. Did an incredible job. Martha has helped thousands of mothers choose life. Martha, please come up and say a few words. Let us know about the great job you've done. I already know, but they don't. Thank you, Martha. Thank you, darling. Thank you very much.
My name is Martha Avila, president and co-founder of Heartbeat of Miami Pregnancy Health Medical Clinics. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, thank you for the honor of being here. I am a Cuban American, and it saddens me that Cuban Americans and African Americans, even though we're a minority, Hispanics and African Americans are the minority, yet we form the majority of abortions in our country. 1 out of 2 pregnancies of African Americans ends up in abortion, and 1 out of 3 Hispanic pregnancies ends up in abortions. And that saddens me. And on behalf of Heartbeat of Miami and the pro-life movement, we want to thank you for what you do for life. Our president does stand for life of the unborn and all lives. And I just want to thank you for that, Mr. President. We, over 3,000 pregnancy clinics throughout the nation with very limited resources, are doing this labor of love for those that don't know what to do. They're confused. They don't have a way out, and they think that abortion is the only solution. Yet we offer them the opportunity to parent their babies and the opportunity of a plan of adoption. That is what we do. So pregnancy clinics are good for America. And one day, abortion will be unthinkable in our country. So God bless you all. God bless you both. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Martha. Great job. Well, thank you very much, Martha. And every day, millions of Hispanic Americans like Martha are making tremendous contributions, achieving extraordinary breakthroughs, and enriching every corner of.
Martha, so when you
Oh my God,
watch
I get
that,
all emotional every time I watch this.
what goes through you what goes through your heart
Yes.
besides you almost fell to the ground and fainted? What else?
Yes, it was. He was so real, and it was all true. I knew that he really cared about what I was talking about because we had an opportunity to talk before. And he never told me what to say. No one ever read what I was going to speak of. Like they always say that everyone that goes out there and speaks, that would speak for the president was told what to say. That never happened. They had no idea what I was going to say. I didn't have any idea because I didn't. It was a surprise to me, and no notes. That's why I was so nervous. But I tell you that I could see the sincerity in his eyes and in how he spoke to me, that he really does care. He really does.
It's excellent. So now tell everyone the story. Right now, there's a very active focus in America. I say it's not. There's no Democratic Party left. It's communism versus conservatism. It's communism versus capitalism. That's what they're after. They're after everything America was built upon. That's just a fact. So, showed everyone the story of the triplets that were born 5 years ago. 5 years
Yes.
ago, 48 hours from now, and then I'm going to read a little bit from Alan Dershowitz's article we published on the Conservative Business Journal. That all of you want to read it and share it, and I'll dig into that next. So, share everyone the story about the people from China.
Yes, we had a couple that came from China. He was doing a special study in FIU, in the local university here, and they found out that they were pregnant, and they came to our clinic, and they didn't have anything. They didn't have anyone here, that they could, only them two, and they were like really afraid, but they really wanted their child. And when we were able to to see them through the pregnancy, she was already, like 12 weeks. And when we did the ultrasound, she was carrying triplets. And to them, it was so such a huge surprise. I mean, here are people that don't have anyone here, and then all of a sudden, she's carrying triplets. So it was a big decision.
Sure.
And they have obviously selective abortion. Like, you could remove one child, so you can have a better chance of carrying. Not only in China, we're talking about here, but interesting enough, we always have the first babies born. We celebrate the first baby born on the first of the year. And so at like around 12, I'm with my family and celebrating the New Year's Eve. And all of a sudden, I get a call from the father of these babies. And he's telling me that the babies had just been born. And then he said something that just I mean, just touched my heart. He says, Martha, if we would have been in China, we would have not been able to have these three beautiful baby boys. We would have only been able to have one, and the other two would have been killed.
Killed
And
killed
that,
upon killed upon birth in China, correct?
well, as soon as they find out that there were three, they would have, immediately destroyed two of the babies. But the way that he said it, and that happens here too. It's the selective abortion where you for just to make sure that only one is born safe, you eliminate the other babies. And so, but when he said that to me, he just transported himself to what was happening in China back in 2017. Now it has changed. Now they're able to have two children, but at that moment there was only one child, the one child law. And that just touched my heart. And we celebrated the triplets. And I have the story, John. I'll send it to you just
Absolutely.
so that you can rejoice with that. But still, whether it was in China or here, Heartbeat of Miami was there to help them through that process of these triplets. And God always provides, because He provided for them as they were able to bring those three children to the world, and they were able to support the children. And look at the kids now. They're like, they're going to be like, what, 5 years old.
It's
And
excellent.
so all of that, I mean, God doesn't make mistakes, because
It's so important.
unplanned,
That's right.
right, unplanned, it was planned by God. no matter what. He's the only one that can give life and take away life.
I had the opportunity at National Fundraiser to meet the first baby you saved, and she's now 14. Tell
Yes,
that story. It was great. When she stood up, there wasn't a dry eye in the place. So you introduced the first baby you saved from abortion. She was in the room, and she's
yeah.
14.
Yes, Marela. Has been in every one of our fundraising galas since the moment that she was born. It was amazing. The first baby, she was on her way to her mom. Mappy was on her way to have an abortion when she heard us on the radio that we were opening a pregnancy help clinic, and she had just been told that her baby was not right, that she was high risk
Hmm.
because Mappy was over 35 years old and that the baby was not well. And you saw that child, John. She's precious, beautiful.
Oh yeah.
She's a beautiful young lady, talented and in every way. And just Mappy always says to me, "Can you believe if I would have listened to what they had told me, I would have not had this beautiful child." I
And that's
tell you, I mean,
and right now this is when we talk about like our event. Even as I read the flyer for the event, we proudly feature speakers on a variety of topics that empower and encourage Americans to fight back against the radical left. The biggest topic right now, the radical left, is they want to murder babies. I mean, it's a brutal statement, but their communist platform is anti-life, anti-God, anti-capitalism, anti-everything. They're
mhm.
anti-freedom. And we actually published an article on the Conservative Business Journal. Make sure all of you, once again, make sure all of you are in our email database. And you can do that by visiting conservativebusinessjournal.com, conservativebusinessjournal.com, and put in your best email address. Every morning, 11 a.m., we send out some of the greatest articles, some of the greatest writings in the conservative world that you really won't see in other places, because our supporters and sponsors want us to have shows like this with Martha, want to speak about the murdering of babies and how Martha's saving babies. And, our sponsors and supporters that make our media company go on, they want us to share the real news. And I'll be recognizing all the sponsors and supporters for our event coming up, We the People Fight Back event.com. But to be around Martha, someone needs to realize that you get in front of Martha focused, and she'll be there the entire weekend. She's obviously one of the speakers from the stage. She'll be speaking. She'll be at the VIP dinner. We got some great entertainment, right? Martha, get ready to laugh during the VIP dinner. We got some great entertainment, some great singers. We got some entertainers. It's going to be just a great weekend for patriots with some of the biggest names in the conservative world, and you're one of them, Martha. This is what Alan Dershowitz
Thank you,
said.
John.
You're very welcome. And remember, all of you that are on Clout Hub also, on our news feed, follow it. And once we publish an article, we had a Fauci article get 77,000 views 2 days ago, and it got 2 likes on Facebook. So just do the math. So make sure you guys follow us once again on Cloud Hub, and then take the link and send it out. Take these articles and share them, because you are the media. So this is what Alan Dershowitz said. Alan Dershowitz characterizes abortion as the greatest gift. And Martha, just take a deep breath. Abortion as the greatest gift to the Republican Party. Not a shocker that he was Epstein's personal attorney. In an absolutely absurd statement, Harvard professor Alan Dershowitz told Newsmax, "I would love for him to tell me that on my show." Interesting, right, Christy? Because I would cut him off and I would go back and forth with him very strong. Even I take a deep breath in that, because I talk about Fox and Newsmax. They're getting it by the second so controlled. But that's my own world. Told Newsmax that the Republican Party needs Roe versus Wade for the political survival. During his interview, Dershowitz stated the following: the Republican Party needs Roe versus Wade. That's the irony. If the Republican Party loses Roe versus Wade ruling, then abortion becomes a political issue. The Democrats win, the Republicans lose. The vast majority of Americans all over the country support abortion. Roe versus Wade has been the greatest gift to Republicans, and they don't appreciate it, understand how they will lose if abortion becomes a political issue. Let's first address that referring to abortion as a gift is disgusting in any sense of the word. The miracle of pregnancy and childbirth is a gift, and abortion is murder. As even I read part of the article, Martha, what goes through your mind hearing that from a man that was on Epstein's, plane 20, 30 times? The guy's a freak show.
Just repulsive. And it just turns my stomach. And how can we be so cold-hearted to even dare to speak like that? And if you recall, John, back in the 2016 election, what really turned everything around when Vice President Trump called Hillary Clinton on the third trimester abortion. Remember that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
Yep.
that's what turned completely. But look how desensitized we've become, that now look at how this is being spoken. Look at how that did not even make a dent through the last election. But see how our I mean, the people are just getting so cold-hearted and so indifferent, so um, just an apathy for what really is important, for what really matters. I mean, it's like seeing a child totally being dismembered in the womb of their mother because the mother might not have the education or the true choices. I mean, that it just doesn't even cause for someone to say what he just said. It doesn't. There's no um, nothing. I mean, their heart is totally a stone.
That's right.
No, nothing. No fear of God in
That's right.
anything
And
that
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 and God will not be mocked. That's why make sure all of you share the article. And my wife will post it on the comments now on all the live chats right now. And but those who are listening to this during the replay, give us a call, give us a text at 561-847-3467. 561-847-3467. Just ask for Dershowitz's article. Just put Dershowitz's article. We'll send it to you. And it's also on conservativebusinessjournal.com, our homepage. We just published it in the last 24 hours. It's also on the RSS feed, our news feed on Cloud Hub. It's also in my Telegram channel. And get this real news out. I mean, Dershowitz was the personal attorney, let that sink in, for sex trafficker, Jeffrey Epstein, and was responsible for keeping Epstein
horrible,
out of jail and raping children. He's a sick, sick man.
sick
He's a
man.
sick man and a Fox contributor. Let that sink in. That's why we at the CBJ Real News is CNN's worst enemy. Last night we had Dr. Lena Lee Tarver on. You're going to love meeting Dr. Lena Lee Tarver, Martha, at the event. She spoke at the last event, and she should be with us again. And she's an election integrity expert. And a lot of these mainstream news outlets have moved on from identifying that if we do not fix 2020, they're going to destroy 22 and 24. And these are topics that you have to realize there's a disruption going on in the media. And this topic of abortion and saving babies, which you do 24/7. I mean, your phone's in your hand 24/7, correct?
24/7. And now what's coming up with the Supreme Court, we really need to pray and call out to God and to, I mean, just to pray for these supreme judges to be touched and that they would choose to overturn Roe versus Wade. Because let me tell you something, John, women are going to continue having unplanned pregnancies. And pregnancy clinics like ours are still going to be there to help these women. Like, look what's happening in Texas right now. These pregnancy clinics are all over the place helping these women that would have aborted if that law of the heartbeat law had not taken place.
I mean, and that's why I want to show a quick clip of you, which this is from our last event, and I want you to expand upon it a little bit, because this is Martha up on stage, the champion, right, Christy? Yeah. Martha, the speaker, going, because this is something that people don't really understand the depth of what an abortion does to the mother. Also, people go, "Oh, it's just the easy way out." Here it is. Here.
Point them to the right savior, because they're running for the wrong savior. They're thinking that abortion is what's going to solve their problem. And little do they know that abortion not only stops that heart of that baby, but the heart of the mom. And sadly, 1 out of 4 women has suffered through an abortion, at least one abortion. And it's sad that many of them did not know that there were other options.
So Martha, just talk about that, how the mother's heart stops too. I just tell everyone this really get real deep in the process of what goes on.
Of course, we see so many women that have gone through an abortion, women that have told us, if I would have had somebody like Heartbeat of Miami, I would have not aborted my child. Women that found themselves with no support, women that found themselves being pretty much forced to have the abortion, not forced because no one can really force you to have an abortion, but persuaded to
That's
have the
right.
abortion as the only option, right? And oppressed, I would say, from parents, from a boyfriend, from a husband. We've seen women that were beaten up because they, wanted to continue having their baby, and we have had to find a shelter for them. We have seen just about everything. It's going to be 15 years, and we've seen just about everything at our clinics. And I must tell you, John, that there is not one woman that I have met, not one, that has had an abortion or that has been to our clinic, because remember, there's still an 8% that has aborted. Not one has ever come back telling me that they do not regret having their abortion. Women do regret having an abortion. And we know it's always when they leave our clinic and we know that that baby might be aborted, no matter what, we always tell them, no matter what you choose, we're going to be here for you. We are here for you, because that's what the Lord would tell us. And believe me, John, they come back. They do come back.
It's
And
awesome.
that's when Heartbeat of Miami is able to offer them the abortion recovery. And that's just just pointing them to the Redeemer, just helping them through the process of mourning that child that they aborted. And it's a healing process for the mom. And so and that's why when I see, these young girls holding up their signs saying, I celebrate my abortion and shout for your abortion, it is all a lie. It is, it's not possible. It's not possible.
That's right.
So
It's not
it's,
possible. And it's
and
amazing too,
so,
as I watch and listen to you tonight. Obviously, if you guys know, we got shut down from YouTube, banned for life on YouTube, and we can't run a Google ad ever on our sites, or ad revenue got destroyed. Obviously, Fox can run ads on Google. Fox is on
of course.
YouTube because
And
when you yeah,
let me tell you, I have to be very careful, because that exactly what's happened to you. Like, even if we pay to promote, to promote an article, or like, for example, our fundraising gala, we're totally suppressed. We are, I mean, we used to get, it's funny, because before the whole Trump situation, we used to get, hundreds and of likes and stuff like that. And of course, as a nonprofit, we depend on that. So we're able to raise our funds. And after that took place, you know, we don't we hardly people see our posts, and we post daily. We post all the time.
it's
So
crazy.
I hear you. I know exactly what's happening to you. Of course, you even more because of the content, but because they do not agree on what you do or what we do.
That's right.
That's
And
what
that's
takes
why, guys,
place.
as you know, out of that, we created conservativemarketplace.com, where we have 38 vendors now, and 5% of the proceeds goes to Heartbeat of Miami. That's why we're having a financial discussion
Thank
tonight
you.
after the show. 5% of
Thank you,
gross
John.
proceeds. So when you guys visit conservativemarketplace.com, like Marisol on number one, she's a legally blind champion. She's legally blind, and she's on number one customer on conservativemarketplace.com. And she realized she didn't have a Let's Go Brandon hat. So she purchased a Let's Go Brandon hat today. So when you purchase that today, Marisol, 5% of what came into Conservative Business Journal goes to Heartbeat of Miami. So guys, make sure, and you guys have seen our commercial, conservativemarketplace.com. We have all of our accessories. We have the men's accessories, the ties. We have the We the People pin, a patriotic pin. We have all the health supplements recommended by Dr. Krista and Dr. Betsy, who's on the show tonight. And she says, go get them. Martha, phenomenal. She's commenting like
Thank
crazy,
you.
Cloud Hub. And we have Professor Total's children's books. We have a Let's Go Brandon line. We have a Conservative Business Journal line, a We the People line, all of our hats, jewelry, accessories, all the motivational posters, the artwork, the beauty and skincare, all of our stickers and magnets, and everything on there now. Because what we went through now, 5% goes to Heartbeat of Miami, and we're going to be doing
Thank you.
a nice fundraiser for you at our event, because this is what it's about. This topic tonight is where the communist left doesn't want anything to do with life. And what I want you to do right now, Martha, and by the way, guys, let me just put this up real quick. Conservativemarketplace.com. I'll show the commercial when we wrap up here, but make sure you guys visit conservativemarketplace.com. The word conservative, the word marketplace, conservativemarketplace.com. take a look at all of our categories. And I know David and Ned are coming in. They're actually one of our sponsors at our event. And they picked up 500 of the Let's Go Brandon CDC vaccination cards, the novelty cards to give out. These are fun cards people give out. So make sure you guys take a look at our Let's Go Brandon line. And I'm going to recognize all of the, matter of fact, let me do the sponsors here real quick. And then I'll go right back to you, Martha. I want to thank all of you that are sponsors and supporters of our We the People Fight Back, from Angela, who's a realtor, Dr. Betsy, who's the VIP dinner table sponsor, and she's a swag bag sponsor for you, Martha. So it looks awesome in a bag.
Thank you.
So it's tremendous. And Greg Ely out of South Carolina. He's a Patriot sponsor. Pretty Lips Company out of Florida. She's a vendor for luxury soaps and lotions. Gwen Novak, she's writing services, gold sponsor. Kingdom Economy out of Pennsylvania. She's a vendor for gold and silver. Dr. Krista, vendor and speaker. Florida Citizens Alliance, VIP dinner table sponsor. David and Annette from South Carolina. They actually sponsored the veteran table, which is awesome. Alex, our man Alex out of Naples. He's a VIP dinner table sponsor. Ian Ferrari, he's a VIP table dinner sponsor and speaker. And Liddy coming in you're going to love meeting Liddy. Liddy's going to love Martha, right, Christy? Yeah. Liddy's coming in with her 94-year young dad and her husband. And they think when she's with her dad, they think her dad's her husband. So he's 94. His name is John. He's awesome. I've met him. He's a great guy. I met him up in Missouri. And Liz Appling, she's a security sponsor and the world famous Jason Beal audiovisual extraordinaire. Guys, thanks for our supporters, sponsor. That's why we can say what we say. I would call Dershowitz out. Dershowitz went on for like 8 minutes about that stuff, and the host just sat there. Like, are you out of your mind? But he's getting a paycheck. He's getting blood money. I mean, he's getting a paycheck. He's getting a paycheck. So Martha, tell everyone about the founder of Planned Parenthood. How she wants to eliminate the black race, please.
Correctly, Margaret Sanger, and sadly, she wanted to eliminate the minorities, those that are less than. Talking about supremacy and how everything has been turned around, and the same people that are calling against the supremacists, they're the ones that are promoting something that was started by a crazy supremacist woman like Hitler, Margaret Sanger.
She's Hitler.
I mean, how crazy is that?
It's insane. I mean, because I know when we go back and forth, when we speak live at the event, I want people to realize Planned Parenthood is a murder shop. It is brutal.
It is absolutely.
And they're not censored, banned, or suppressed at all. And that's all Biden did when he stole the election. Because remember, China stole the election, so China wants to murder babies. Like you told a story about the person that would have lost two of the triplets when they were born. What do you want to say to people, Martha, too, for any family members they know that potentially going through this unplanned pregnancy, and give them a little your Martha godly anointed wisdom?
We have to be the voice for the voiceless, because the most important thing is life. Without life, we're not gonna have anything else. Immigration and all these other things, they're important, but we have to do what touches God's heart. If we really mean what we say we are, we really need to stand for what we really believe. I mean, we need to go for what touches God's heart. And that, believe me when I tell you that life is what touches his heart, because he came to give us life and life more abundantly. And we need to stick to that. We can't be wishy-washy about the things that we believe in. And that's what happened, John. I'm telling you, that's why I brought back that memory of 2016 and that third debate, because that's what turned everything around for President Trump. That's what turned it. And in this last election, people just didn't care. People didn't care.
But there's no conversation about abortion anywhere. They say, well, I'm pro-life. What is pro-life means? You call Planned Parenthood a murder shop. You call them a baby mill. Exactly. I mean, they're murdering. I mean, and for all the pastors, that's why you're going to love meeting Pastor Greg Locke and Pastor Stacy Shiflett, Professor Toto, Pastor Shane Vaughn. People go, I'm pro. But does pro-life mean you stand strong, call Planned Parenthood out? Yes, you got to call the enemy out. Because what's your scripture that God laid in your heart when you first started Heartbeat of Miami? The Proverbs one?
Proverbs 24:11. Rescue those that are being taken away to death and hold back those that are stumbling to the slaughter. And that's, and then 12, it says, you can't say that you didn't know this because he who knows your heart knows that you knew. So we're being called it is a higher calling. And we have to stand for what is right. And, without hypocrisy, because we can say that we are conservatives, that we are strong Republicans, that we need to support it all. And that's that's what separates us from, from the other party. That's
No,
what separates us, the fact that we care about our freedom, we care about life, we care about being able to rescue, we do care about the poor. One of the most giving people are the conservative Republicans. They're the most giving. It's not the other party,
Oh, that's right.
it's
That's
us.
right. That's right. That's right. I mean, it's, and I stammer for a second 'cause it's so important to realize, guys, there is a battle out there. I mean, there is a pure battle for the right, the right voice. I want to thank the person on Cloud Hub that says, Happy New Year, CBJ Real News. Thanks, John, for standing up for America as your shows are rocking the truth. I appreciate that. Guys, once again, Cloud Hub is the place to be. Cloud Hub is growing. We'll have tens of thousands of views of this show. And this is Martha's third appearance on the podcast. Make sure you listen to episode 1 and episode 2. How you can do that. All of our podcasts, remember, are listed on our main website. You visit conservativebusinessjournal.com, click on podcast, or for shorter way, you can go to cbjrealnews.com and you'll see a library of episodes. And under there, it's real simple. Under A for Avila is Martha, is episode 1, episode 2, and this will be episode 3. This is probably the most important news show you want to get out because this is where they're going to kill our babies, kill our future, kill all God's champions. I wrote the book, Champions Are Born, Losers Are Made. And I talk about the sperm and an egg. You're a champion. God birthed you. There's no question about that. So make sure you guys visit conservativebusinessjournal.com. Under podcast, click on library of episodes. Also, make sure you download the app on your smartphone. However you download your favorite podcast app, Google Play Store, Apple Store, just search out Conservative Business Journal. Subscribe. It's free. There's a search feature. Put in Avila, Avila. All of Martha's episodes come up. It's super simple. Hit share, send them out. We are the media. It's so important that we are the media exposure. And there's no topic of this. There's 2 of the most important topics. You're going to meet Sabine once again. The illegal alien killed her son, Dom. She's coming in from Arkansas. And then your message. That's 2 things that this country is getting destroyed from. Now, abortion is the brutality, murdering of children. It's
And those are the things that have divided our country. Isn't that amazing?
which is what I mean. How could someone support,
Exactly.
just your words on illegal aliens storming the border, and then we'll wrap this up. I can go on for 3 hours with you, Martha, but we'll wrap it up.
We want to go ahead and do that, and then at the same time, we're killing the ones that are here, the ones that need to be rescued, the moms that need our help. These women that are lost, that don't know what to do, and so there's no voice for these babies in the womb. So we have to be the voice for the voiceless. We are the ones that have to stand up for them, because just like they're standing up for everything else, well, we need to stand up for our own that are here now.
So important. That's so important. And I want to thank Jose is on, who's Marisol's brother. Jose says, I'm happy to hear Marisol recognizes Conservative Business Journal. It's important for the survival of our American value system. And she loves the merchandise. Game on. Let's go, Brandon. I agree. That's Jose is on live on Cloud Hub right now. Guys, remember, look, there's a war for the media. And just real quick about communism in Cuba for you, coming from your Cuban descent and coming from you see all the signs of communism in America right now, correct?
Correct. All the signs.
And what about with the media when they were trying to shut the media down, when Castro just shut when he murdered radio show hosts?
I was very young. I left Cuba when I was 6 years old, but I remember my parents speaking on that. And interesting that abortion per capita, Cuba is number one per capita. Per capita, Cuba is number one. And now guess what? Cuba's full of older people because they have pretty much killed, all the women are afraid to have children. And so what's happening that abortion is free in Cuba. So
Abortion is free, and
that
that moron
free.
Obama went there and took a picture with Castro at a baseball game. He's a friggin' idiot. He's such an idiot, Obama and Biden, all of them. They're communists. They're communists. They want to. How about that, Christy? Right with Cuba, that's brutal. Guys, wake up, people. Wake up.
Yes.
Do something. This isn't a game. Stop going to these rallies and get these photo opportunities and picture with these idiots who do nothing. Stop giving them money. Stop giving the rhinos money. Make sure you guys visit heartbeatofmiami.org. Correct, Christy? Heartbeatofmiami.org for donations and support. We're doing a major fundraiser at our event for Martha because I'm so sick and tired of these people, these politicians raising so much money, and we know it goes to nothing. It's useless. People just want to photo op and play games. You're out there. I mean, you are, to me, and I say it all the time, you are the most important message people need to hear because it's God's children.
Thank you so much. I thank you for what you guys do and how you have always been there for me. And I thank you for the wonderful friends I have made through you. And they've just been amazing. And
Mark and Carol
I'm
Smith supported you.
forever grateful.
I beat them up to do your kitchen
Yes.
for you, Mark and Carol Smith. That's awesome. And that's
Thank
why you're a
you.
big name speaker. Here you are. Look. There you are. Look. Featured speaker. Martha
Thank you,
Avila.
John.
John DeLemon, Conservative Business Only, proudly present We the People Fight Back. Talk about We the People. Talk about the people. This is a person. Martha Avila is a true champion. You talk about champion. She is a champion. And guys, be here with all the speakers we have. We have 22 of the greatest speakers from Brad Barton and Karen Kingston, Pastor Greg Locke, Tom Homan, Alan Francine Fosdick, Professor Toto, Doug Billings, Dr. Paul Williams, Alfie Oakes. There's Martha Avila, Dr. Betsy, Dr. Krista, Dr. Lily Tarver, Sabine, Frank, Valentine, Ian, Mauricio, Dominique, Keith, Captain Wayne, Frank, Jeff Preston, Pastor Stacy Shiflett. We the People Fight Back. The speakers are coming from all around the country, from Arkansas to Tennessee, from Virginia to New York. They're coming in from all around the country. It's going to be an amazing event, guys. Be here. We the People Fight Back event.com. Be with us. There's less than a handful of tickets remaining, just in case you can't see it. There it is. We the People Fight Back event.com. Call or text 561-847-3467. Use promo code CBJ. I think this is what's not because somebody had canceled today. Someone's kid got sick or something. So I think there's 7 tickets remaining out of 200. It's 200 tickets. It's, our event's very focused. The food is phenomenal. How good is the food, right, Martha?
Delicious. Everything is, you leave there pumped up. Let me tell you, you leave there ready for war.
That's right.
So
And that's what it is.
Really
I mean,
it is.
We are in a war.
And we leave equipped and knowledgeable of exactly what is happening. And so I thank you for that. I thank you for what you guys do. And I'm glad that we're going to be together, and it's going to be a powerful weekend.
All right, it's going to be this. That's why we chose to kick off 2022, the first weekend, because people need to realize we are in an active war. There's World War III in the country right now, and they're going right after the children. I mean, they're going right after the kids, and that's why I can't wait for people to get to know you. And you have an awesome table display. I love the way you exhibit and show the babies and show everything, and show the little foot and everything. And you really give people that feeling of what a little baby is in the belly. So I'm excited for you. Any final questions, Christy, for Martha? And guys, once again, make sure you visit Martha's website, heartbeatofmiami.org. And when you do visit conservativemarketplace.com, just so you know, every purchase you make, 5% goes to Heartbeat of Miami. Now, you talk about how God worked. I was not going to back down. I'm not sure if you've ever seen his commercial. I'm going to show it now. It's just 60 seconds, and then I'll wrap it up. Because when we got shut down, and they're like, look, we shut down your YouTube, we shut down your Google ad, which is, we have a business. That's our revenue. That media gets revenue from Google ads and from YouTube. That's the way media is. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm not backing down. I'm going to continue talking about abortion, murdering a baby, talk about illegal aliens. I'm going to talk about election fraud. I'm going to talk about communism. I'm not going to change my voice. I'm not going to be Fox. I'm going to talk about it. So I said to God, give me a vision. And God gave me conservativemarketplace.com. And we said, you know what? let's give 5% to Martha, right, Christy? Yep. And now we got 38 vendors, and you're going to see this. And actually, David and Annette introduced us to a blacksmith that makes these awesome silver crosses from hand. And he's not going to be a vendor on Conservative Marketplace. So when someone buys his cross that's handmade in South Carolina on our marketplace, a baby gets, Heartbeat of Miami gets 5%. But God knew during that. So some of you going through a season right now, don't cower. Many of you don't want to get the jab and the vaccine and keep your job. Don't do it. Step out in faith. God has more for you. Because Conservative Marketplaces, that's what we have to have the conversation a little bit when we conclude here. But I want to show this commercial real quick, and then we'll wrap this up. So, Martha, I get fired up. ConservativeMarketplace.com, Amazon's worst enemy. Guys, we appreciate you patronizing there, shopping there. ConservativeMarketplace.com. Marisol is our #1 customer. She actually listened to the replay of the show last night, realized she didn't have a Let's Go Brandon hat. And now we have also all of my 5x7 quote cards all together. My 5x7 cards. We have a package of 7 for $10, free shipping and handling. And this is printed locally. This is made in America, printed by Eric and Carlos, local printers. We are the worst enemy, Martha, to the communist left. And I'm so proud of what you're doing. And we're going to Heartbeat of Miami. And I'm excited because many people are going to get to meet you, hear you. I know I'm going to get you on about 4 or 5 other shows after our event to get your story out there, because we ain't backing down, right, Christy? So, guys, make sure you're here to see Martha Avila live and your awesome husband, Joel. Joel is awesome. He's the producer, right? Was he there tonight, or is he in the other room?
He's in the other room.
Doing
He's with the family.
Because the last 2 shows he was the producer, but everyone worked out good. The camera's good, sounds good, everything's great. We love you, Martha. Thank you very much. And Dr. Betsy, thank you so much for being the supporter for the Heartbeat of Miami. We're gonna have the swag bag. Whoops. We'll have a swag bag there. This is actually Laureen Falco who's on tonight. She was our swag bag sponsor back in April. So Martha the Heartbeat of Miami will be on this bag. This bag will be loaded up with goodies when you guys come in. Our event's high-end event. So be here, guys. Don't procrastinate.
Thank you.
Come on out. Martha Avila, thank you very much. God bless you guys. Share the episode, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And Cloud Hub, thank you very much, because Martha saved 60. We got 60,000 babies. Like you said, that's 55,000 as of August. So we probably cleared 60. You
Probably.
It's amazing, right, Christy? That's 60,000 babies. It's not like 60,000 oranges. It's a baby. It's a God's champion. It's something to make a difference. 60,000 lives were saved. I mean, come on. All right, I got to conclude. I'll go on for 3 hours.
How many arenas, right? How many arenas can we fill with those babies?
Right. That's a good point. Let's start over. Martha Avila, welcome to the CBJ. I want to start all over. That's amazing. 3 arenas. That's right.
Oh, yep.
That's amazing. And everybody has a story. Everybody made a decision, and it's all because of you and God working through you. You're awesome.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
And thank you guys for make sure you share this episode everywhere. Right. Get this episode out and make sure you share the Alan Dershowitz Demon article. Get that out everywhere. Send it out everywhere. Send this show everywhere. Take the link, send it, share it. If you have 5 or 10 people, send it out. Send it out to everybody you know. It's awesome. All right, guys. Good night. God bless you. Thank you, Martha. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Bye.